Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, likes, comments, and subscribes are appreciated as they help with the algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Sorry if you hear any landscaping being done in the back. I don't know how loud it actually is in comparison with the actual microphone, but just in case you hear some chopping going on, you know what it is. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the moment, very sparse price news, and I was actually quite surprised because I expected a lot more articles. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says technical analysis, Bitcoin price consolidates. Why a break above 43,500 is the key. I wouldn't necessarily even say that it is the key, so much more that we tend to get news every time that Bitcoin actually moves up in price, that the brand new number forward and above that tends to be the new key. If you remember, just about a week and a half ago, staying above $38,000 was the key. Being above $39,000 was the key. Staying above $40,000, which we did, was the key. The next key was $42,000, which we are currently above. And now the next key is $43,500, which Bitcoin at the time of me making this video is around $600 away from. Bitcoin and Ethereum are basically kind of still doing the exact same thing they've been doing for about a good 2 or 3 months. Yeah, roughly around, maybe even a little bit more. There seems to be no exact answer, and this is why I think a lot of times when we are getting price news, it tends to be very thin in that people writing these articles, let's be completely honest, have no idea where the market is going any more than anyone else does. So they tend to, just simply write currently what is taking place within the market. However, really weird, there were a couple of articles also popping up around like this. It says 30% rally for Bitcoin is likely just around the corner, according to crypto analyst Justin Bennett. There was another article saying that a 25% XRP increase was in the cards. Cardano looked like it was going to. Cardano is actually the only one of the few coins that's actually moving right now. Cardano looks like it's going to continue pumping even higher over the course of this month and this year. There was also something for like Litecoin bullishness. We'll see if all of these things, of course, if these things actually end up taking place. We've been getting a lot of news over the last month and a half whenever we had news that Bitcoin was consolidating and or going sideways or looking like it could potentially go up or down. There was usually always an analyst talking about we're right around the corner from a big move up. We are just about to see a huge pump in Bitcoin. This looks like the next big move for the cryptocurrency market, and none of them have exactly come true, if you will. It says Bitcoin and Ethereum struggle. ADA and I don't know what AXS is are surging. It's not that Bitcoin and Ethereum are struggling so much as just simply moving sideways for the last couple of months. We know that. Here's the most important part, but people don't pay attention to this. All the actual metrics are just fine for these coins. We know that they have not slowed down. We know that there is not any more than the normal network congestion. We know exactly how many transactions per second that they're doing. We know that the node count has increased. We know that their hash rate has also increased. The popularity of Ethereum continues to rise, especially as we get closer towards the merge. The usage of Bitcoin was trillions of dollars worth of value. I think it was a 3 or 5x of what it was the year before. It's just that rich people, once again, as we've been going over for the last couple of months on this channel and the other channel, know exactly what they're doing when it comes to the actual manipulation of prices and how to keep things down so that people who have either been brand new into the market or people who have become tired with the market, they fold, if you will, if you play card games, and basically sell out their position that these coins can be bought at a lower amount. And then we always see the prices move back up. This has been the word isn't logic, the pattern for the past 5 and or 6 years. At the moment, the coin that's doing the best, if you will, within the top 10 is Cardano. It says Cardano back in the top 5 as ADA rallies over 10%. Sunday swap upgrade coming this week. The actual usage for Cardano, as far as what Hoskinson has been saying and many other people within the cryptocurrency space, especially after I lightly criticized what's been going on, apparently is just fine. We are allegedly this week going to see the launch of, I believe, the testnet of Sunday Swap, which is going to be the decentralized exchange on top of Cardano. I think people are also going to be able to start making Sunday through the actual upgrade that's also coming this week as well. So I'm expecting big things. This will only increase the amount of, dare I say, utility, if not liquidity on top of the Cardano network. A lot of the other decentralized exchanges have become quite popular, even when not associated with major cryptocurrencies per se. So I assume that the Cardano one will do just fine. I don't have the other article in here, basically with someone discussing and or giving their opinion that Cardano could, throughout the rest of the course of 2022, do extremely well because of the usage of its decentralized exchange. That's more of a hyper prediction. If people are actually using the decentralized exchange, if there's a huge amount of liquidity, if they have billions of dollars flowing through it every single day, if a lot of Cardano is being locked up into the decentralized exchange to provide extra liquidity and yada, 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 Cardano's price will rise. It's just about actual usage of it. So it's kind of, guessing and picking at things in the air saying this could potentially happen. It's more of a will people use it or will people not use it kind of thing. My back is killing me. Anyway, that's all the price news. Like I said, not a lot, not as much as I was actually expecting. But yes, let's move on. In the most popular news story of the day, Walmart, the world's largest company by revenue, appears to be positioning itself for a venture into the world of crypto and NFTs. The company is also laying the groundwork to create its own cryptocurrency to contend with the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Once again, for proper clarity, because I think a lot of people, especially if you are new in the space, do not understand, there's a difference between a digital currency and a cryptocurrency. This is going to be very important for you in the future. A cryptocurrency is free to use whenever you want, however you want, whenever you want, what day. There's no company that can tell you. They are immutable. You cannot mute them and say that someone cannot use them. Bitcoin and Ethereum are cryptocurrencies. You can use them however you want, whenever you want, and send them all over the world at any point in time. A digital currency is more likely to be what Walmart is going to be creating. I do not assume, unless they're really into risky stuff, that Walmart is going to be creating a cryptocurrency that is free of use around the world, will not be overlooked by regulators, and will at no point be able to be said no to by Walmart. I'm going to assume that Walmart is going to be creating a stable coin, probably called Wally coin and or Wall coin, which sounds just special. And this is probably what they're doing. A lot of articles continue to, and I think it's once again also new people who are getting these jobs for actually writing these articles. They don't know what a cryptocurrency actually is, and it's just kind of, if you're going to be writing about these things, please just learn about them a little tiny bit. Walmart could be the next company to apparently enter the metaverse. According to a 16th of June CNBC report, the company has filed several requests with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for virtual goods, including electronics, skincare products, toys, among others. How exactly people are going to be using digital skincare products, I really wish I could figure that one out. And also electronics. What exact electronics would you need to be buying in a metaverse? I don't know. The 7 filings are dated late last month, and one trademark lawyer, Josh Gerbin, has indicated that Walmart has put a lot of work into its metaverse moves. He said, they're super intense. There's a lot of language in these, which shows that there's a lot of planning going on behind the scenes and how they're going to address cryptocurrency, how they're going to address the metaverse and the virtual world that appears to be coming, or that's already here. One of the filings shows that Walmart is planning to launch its own crypto, air quotes. While no official statement has yet been made, Walmart's move into crypto and NFTs should be no surprise. Back in August, the company posted a listing for positions of crypto and blockchain lead. Remember, there were like 8 companies around that time who came forward and they were like, no, we don't, with crypto, what is that? I have no idea what a Bitcoin is. Please stop asking me these questions. And I was like, it's abundantly clear that they're going to be launching some type of a cryptocurrency sector within their company. Even JP Morgan Chase was apparently looking for like a blockchain cryptocurrency Ethereum lead. And I was like, you can kind of see what's coming. Later in October of last year, Walmart also had tons of Bitcoin ATMs at their store around the United States. And then there was also that thing where people, what do you call it? There was the rumor that apparently they were going to be accepting Litecoin, but that was made by someone on the internet, and it was debunked several hours later. So here's the actual CNBC article right here. Walmart is quietly preparing to enter the metaverse. Let's see exactly how they do it, what they plan on doing. Could Walmart be making their literal own metaverse? I mean, it seems completely likely, just the way that the trends seem to be going. I think there are in total, sorry if I'm mistaken, I think 46 metaverses out there right now. So it's becoming quite clogged up in the world. I assume we will have a good 5 to 10 that actually end up like making it. I think a lot of them will remain in the background and will still be used. But of course, people are going to want to use a metaverse where there are millions of other people so they can actually interact with other people and things around them. Is there going to be an Amazon coin, an Apple coin? Yes, at some point as well. We've gotten these rumors as well from these mega companies for a while. There's also these rumors floating around that allegedly this year that Apple is allegedly once again apparently going to be releasing some type of like Apple glasses, which are basically, you know, double tap them and then you're kind of in this metaverse world as well. There's also tons of rumors of them having partnered with VV, that is VE, even alleged. So I try to watch some of the Ask Me Anythings going on, and apparently one of the lead people mentioned that they're constantly in contact with Apple, and therefore, you know, metaverse glasses, VV metaverse, it kind of connects together. So I think it's kind of just the name of the game at this point. For those of you who do not know and are not really paying attention to it, remember I mentioned about 6 months ago. So remember about a year ago, around this point, I was like making fun of NFTs. And then about 4 months after that, I was like, well, I think the space is going to be actually quite big, and no one really paid attention to me except for a handful of people. Now what's happening in the NFT space, especially certain apps, hint, not financial advice, are getting a lot of attention right now, especially actual NFTs across the entire board, because people have realized that they're not correlated to the cryptocurrency market at all. And it is, I was discussing this with my friends a couple of days ago. I'm going to get off this, you know, NFT metaverse topic, but it's more of a giving you the idea of what's taking place. If you've been looking at the cryptocurrency market and also the NFT space, and you see that the NFT space is consistently rising and prices are doing what they're doing, there's no correlation between the NFT space and Bitcoin, which is great because NFTs have actually solidified themselves as an entirely different asset class that isn't affected by the movements of Bitcoin. Like, you know how like we constantly have the discussion, is Bitcoin in some way correlated with the stock market? If the stock market's having an absolutely terrible day, we see that Bitcoin may also fall by 5 or 6%. If stocks are going back up, Bitcoin ends up going back up. Some days, if the dollar is doing terribly, Bitcoin will go up by 2 or 3% kind of in tandem or backwards from what the other thing is doing. During the last month and a half, as the cryptocurrency market was trending sideways and or downways, there was no actual downtrend in the crypto, in the NFT space. So this is why I think you're continuing to hear more and more of this, because what actually ends up happening behind the scenes is companies end up making sure that you have like a long-term eye on something. You look at the correlation between these things. You look to see if it's more than just a trend or exactly where the movement is going. I'm just trying to, once again, give you some, it's not advice. It's more of I'm giving you an insight of you know, what's happening within the cryptocurrency world. Anyway, this was the most popular news story of the day. I originally thought that it was fake. It was on a couple of websites that looked a little janky. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, sure. I'm sure they're going to be doing it. But alas, here we are. Yeah. Adidas, Nike, Gap, Walmart. Oh gosh. I mean, thousands of them. Nearly every single, what do you call it? Like magazine company and all these other things. They're all making their own NFTs. They're all making their own splash into the metaverse. It's expected that by the end of this year, certain metaverses will have like millions of users. 5 to 10 years down the line, they're expecting over 100 million users on certain platforms. And then 10, 15, 20 years from now, billions of people will simply be using these things as everyday common worlds or, what have you. Anyway, that's the Walmart news apparently is going to be taking place, so saith CNBC. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, also in the news, Fidelity Digital Assets, a subsidiary of Fidelity Investments, published a report revealing that it expects more sovereign nations or even a central bank to acquire Bitcoin this year. This may sound familiar to you because we had news at the very beginning of the year. The president of El Salvador announced that this year he expects at least two other countries besides his own, to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. A couple of days later, I think it was the CEO of Nexo, I'm not really sure, announced that he also had insights that he also believed that 2 to 3 different countries would be accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. And then there was a bank or something about 4 days ago who announced it. And now we have Fidelity also announcing the exact same thing. So weird, right? Fidelity Digital Assets, a subsidiary of Fidelity Investments, published a report earlier this month on crypto trends and their potential future impact. Among the trends discussed in the report is cryptocurrency adoption by sovereign nations. The past year saw some major moves by world governments with regards to digital assets. The firm expects more countries to adopt Bitcoin this year. The report discusses countries like China that have banned cryptocurrency and countries like El Salvador that took the opposite approach and made the leading cryptocurrency legal tender. They said, "We think the two developments observed this year couldn't be more opposed. Time will certainly tell which path is more successful." Yes, time will tell. The report authors opined. However, they noted that an outright ban would be difficult to achieve at best, and if successful, would lead to a significant loss of wealth and opportunity. This is one of my, I've hinted at this multiple times. We've had slight discussions. Like, it's not the point of the video, so I don't go completely into the idea of it. It's more of a countries who are banning cryptocurrencies, and I mean literal cryptocurrencies, decentralized. You can use them whenever you want. First of all, you can't completely ban them. You can tell people you can't. Governments tell people often that they can't do X, Y, and Z, and people still do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, if you understand what I'm saying. But in the future, if the world's largest banks that we've heard from over the last 3 years, who have these ideas of where Bitcoin's price could be in 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, are indeed correct, the countries who are left out of this actual growth and of this system, I do not believe that their citizens are going to be happy campers. And this is, it's just complete logic, if you understand. They said that it's a very high stakes game theory. And at the end of all of this, we will kind of see exactly how it actually ends up unfolding. It's exciting, but it's also, I don't want to use the word frightening, but it's more of I don't want anyone to be left out of this market in general. And the fact that I know that if cryptocurrencies succeed, we are going to see hundreds of millions of people who have, by their government, been left out of this market, just completely. And I think that the backlash, if this is the word that you want to use, is going to be actually quite significant. Here's the Fidelity Digital Assets thing that we were just talking about. Here's the actual article that they released. Price of Bitcoin over the course of the year. There's like thousands of words. I'm not reading through all of this stuff. And there was another chart right here, which I think is even the more important one for people to actually see. This is the Bitcoin hash rate. This is last summer where we had the situation where China was banning cryptocurrencies once again. And I told everyone this was not going to be significant because we would eventually completely pass by this moment. And lo and behold, we have. But when I talk about all the metrics of Bitcoin being completely fine, like, once again, we know that Bitcoin's slow. It just kind of is what it is. But the hash rate tends to be the more popular metric for a lot of people when it comes to if Bitcoin is doing well. Are people turning on their mining machines to continue to mine Bitcoin, regardless of how low or how high that its price actually is? And we are already well above where we were before the doom and gloom, everyone is turning off their machine type of time that we had. But yeah, no surprise that Fidelity is deep into the cryptocurrency space. We've heard rumors about this in 2017. This was confirmed in 2019. Sorry if you hear the work happening once again. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see where this is all going to go. The last 13 years, think about that. It's been 13 years since Bitcoin has been out, roughly between a 2 to 6 year pendulum swing as to when a lot of people started getting into the market. And we are still extremely early. I think a lot of times when people see where prices are now, they kind of go, well, I mean, I don't know how much higher prices can actually get. We saw even last year that there were mega companies and banks who confirmed that they were selling off gold certificates and or their physical gold to actually put even just 1% of their money into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency. So we have no idea what's coming. We legitimately have no idea how large this thing is actually going to be and how high these prices are going to go. So I guess, let's wait and all that stuff. Anyway, that's the Fidelity news. If we have another company and or legendary something coming out next week talking about where they think or how the next countries are going to be adopting it, this tells me that behind the scenes, someone has already had a discussion and it's more about like flipping the switch because it's too obvious at this point. Are they destroying a tree? Okay, that's kind of weird. Anyway, that's the Fidelity news. And without further ado, let's move on. I mean, it's so early. Like, why are you outside? Like, why not just wait like a couple of hours? I don't understand. Like, everyone's sleeping. Next up in the news, boxing legend Mike. I mean, this was also very popular news. Boxing legend Mike Tyson, also known as Iron Mike, says that he is all in on Solana. He is now asking his Twitter followers how high the price of the cryptocurrency Sol will go. Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time, has been active in the crypto space after announcing last week that he is all in on the cryptocurrency project Solana. He asked his 5.7 million Twitter followers how high they think the price of the crypto will go. And there's a tweet for it right there. He got around 2,400 comments at the time of writing, and no one gave him a serious price analysis for Solana. Of course not. Of course they didn't. It was just people trying to pump the project for themselves. Tyson is nicknamed Iron Mike and Kid Dynamite in his early career, later known as the baddest man on the planet. If you've never, two things. If you've never watched Mike Tyson in a ring, you're kind of missing out. I mean, it's actually him and Muhammad Ali. It's almost like otherworldly how they would do during these events. And the other reason why he was called the baddest man on the planet, part two, if you've never looked into his personal life in the 90s, last week he tweeted that he was all in on Solana, added that he had just, and I quote, just copped a Catalina whale. His tweet included an image of an NFT from Catalina Whale Mixer Collection, and I guess that's supposed to be him. I don't know if he has gold teeth. Does he have gold teeth? I'm not really sure. Anyway, I guess that's supposed to be him. This was quite popular news. Anytime we get any type of, once again, legend and or celebrity who announces that they are definitely into the cryptocurrency space, people kind of begin to lose their minds. There were a number of articles floating around asking, like this one. It says, all in on Solana. Is Mike Tyson trying to pump the project? There should also be a question mark right here. Yes and no. I think a lot of times these celebrities really do want to have a sort of a connection with the people who are following them. They want this actual discussion and dialogue back and forth, but there's like a very thin line, especially from what I've seen in 2017 and early 2018. For those of you who were not here, there were an enormous amount of celebrities who got into the cryptocurrency money-making kind of space, and they would ask random people, should I get into this coin? And then they would go, I'm into this coin. And they would kind of talk about the coin every single day, and it got other people really into the coin. But after the 10th time of them discussing about the coin, if the price of said coin had actually moved down, or the SEC came forward and were like, hey, this coin is actually a security and or / something's wrong with it, that celebrity would end up getting in trouble because they were talking about that coin for the last couple of weeks. So I don't think celebrities, not that they don't care, but it's more of I think they really just want to have these discussions. Like, people do forget, as cheesy as it sounds, that they just are regular people. And they also want to know, like, they don't know about certain things, so they want to, engage, with millions of people to say, hey, what do you think about this? But a lot of times, especially within the cryptocurrency space, if you've looked at any tweets over the last couple of years, if any celebrity is asking a question about crypto, they just get thousands of questions being like, well, you shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. You should be buying Bitcoin Max 4 2.0 because it's so much better. And it kind of just scares them out of the market. Like, I think it even says it in this one over here. I think he was asking, should he get Bitcoin or Ethereum? Yeah, it says it right around here. And then apparently he chose Ethereum. And then he was asking people between Solana and Ether. And then apparently Solana won whatever argument people were having over there. But it's always the don't buy the legacy coin, buy the new coin. The new coin just has to be so much better than any other coin because it's the newer coin. It has more transactions. It has more so-and-so. And this is how the cryptocurrency space evolves. You know, I have my own thoughts and feelings on this, but alas, for those of you who don't know my thoughts and feelings, it's more of a, I like to go for, or I tend to invest in, first of all of cryptocurrency is risky. Let's get that 1000% clear right now. Like, this is not a not risky investment or environment. You've seen the last couple of months. But I tend to go for legacy coins. Like, if you've been around for 13 years and you're still number one, boy, howdy. Well, you know, I'm going to place my chips, I don't know, bets on you. And then also other, you know, Ethereum has proven itself. Ethereum's slow as a dinosaur. But, you know, anyway, we can have that discussion for another time. And I'm actually afraid to have these discussions because I would tell people exactly what's going on. If you've been here, hello to all of you. Since I started the channel in 2016, early 2017, how do I, like, you know how I feel about certain coins. I've had a barrage of people tell me over the years which coins are going to make it. And just based off of pure logic, I told them, I was like, this coin is garbage and it's not going to make it. You should probably be paying attention to some of the legacy coins or the coins that are actually being adopted by countries, banks, institutions, but people never ever listen. New coins ends up coming out. People follow these coins. They end up losing money from it. And then we get right back around to the Bitcoin conversation where for some reason in the comment section, by the time Bitcoin goes from 20,000 to 70,000, it's littered with people being like, I wish I never sold my Bitcoin. I wish I had bought more Bitcoin. How in the world did Ethereum go from $8 to $3,000? I'll never understand it. It's almost like people are actually using it. Anyway, that's the Mike Tyson news. Apparently super mega bullish on Solana. We'll see what happens with him and the actual project. But I think a lot of, not lines have been drawn, but you can tell when certain people are more fascinated by certain other things in the space. Like if you pay attention at all to Snoop Dogg, or I think his name is Medici, it's clear he's really into NFTs at this point. Anyway, that's the Solana news. And yes, let's make us move on. And to finish things off, Robinhood's chief financial officer has revealed the popular trading platform's crypto priority and the potential of listing more cryptocurrencies. He said, we're a highly regulated company in a highly regulated industry, and we think it's important that we get a bit more clarity from regulators. The CFO of Robinhood, Jason Warnick, talked about cryptocurrency during the Wall Street Journal's virtual CFO Network Summit last week, commenting on retail investors' high demand for Robinhood to list more cryptocurrencies, particularly Shiba Inu. Warnick emphasized it's not lost on us that our customers and others would like to see more coins. He said, we're a highly regulated company and we think we need more blah, blah, blah regulators. Compliance is a top priority at Robinhood. In December of last year, the company partnered with blockchain data platform Chainalysis to meet compliance requirements. Supporters of the Shiba Inu cryptocurrency have been petitioning on change.org for Robinhood to list SHIB. At the time of writing, and nearly 500,000 people have signed the petition. If you are really into Shiba Inu, like I've told you before, for clarity, I have Shiba Inu because it's worth like pennies, and the idea of it potentially going to 1 cent would make my portfolio look absolutely amazing. But I'm not like into the project like many other people are, if you are really into Shiba Inu and you think it's amazing, you think it's awesome, you think it could be a top 7, top 5 coin, could you please explain to me the obsession over Robinhood? I don't get it. For those of you who were not here in November or December, we had a good 3-week time period where every cryptocurrency exchange was adding Shiba Inu. We even got Gemini, and it's Gemini, to add Shiba Inu to their platform. And I was like, well, that does it. Every single major cryptocurrency exchange on the planet has listed or added Shiba Inu. But the article still persisted that people were only waiting for Robinhood. Robinhood is popular, but it's not that big. Like, Robinhood isn't worldwide. Many other cryptocurrency exchanges actually are. So people around the world actually have access to Shiba Inu immediately, more than they would for a US-based app that maybe a couple million people are actually using. You can't even take your cryptocurrencies off of Robinhood at the moment. So I don't really get, once again, why why there's such a huge amount of fervor and energy towards just Robinhood. So basically, I guess to hush people up, people have been asking for Robinhood to list Shiba Inu for a while. It basically comes down to regulators, because the SEC, basically part of the kingdom within the United States, won't give any actual regulatory clarity to anyone. And also the other issue is, in the United States, is that the SEC actually determines what coin is or is not decentralized enough to be ruled over by them. And therefore, I think the only coins that have actual clarity within the United States are Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it. This is why we have the XRP lawsuit. And every other coin is in this really weird, like, hyper gray area. I think Litecoin has also been not declared a non-security, but it's more of it's been around long enough and is decentralized enough, and there is no actual head to the dragon, as I say. And also the other coins that have sprouted from Bitcoin. I think Bcash and BSV, simply because, what have you, even though they're garbage. Anyway, that's the Robinhood news. This was also quite popular. There was so many people talking about, well, regulators and clarity and blah, 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 and it's Robinhood. Like, why? Why is everyone so obsessed with this one platform? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's kind of like people being like, oh my gosh, why hasn't MySpace added Shiba Inu token to the... And it's like, I know that people use Robinhood, but doesn't it make a little bit more sense that I think Kraken has it? Kraken, Coinbase, and Gemini and Binance all having Shiba Inu has a far greater impact than Robinhood, where you can't even cash out of your crypto. I just want to understand. Like, I'm asking honestly. It's kind of like that same level of, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's doing great. This company bought 47,000 Bitcoin. That company just bought 18,000 Bitcoin. What? They're raising $900 million to go buy some more Bitcoin. Elon Musk takes a picture with a dog and Dogecoin goes up by 24%, but Bitcoin goes down by 3%. It's kind of on that same exact level for me. I just want to really understand. I think it would help my mental health. Anyway, that's the Robinhood news. Can't wait for regulatory clarity from the SEC, who still hasn't given regulatory clarity in the last 6 years. Fun times ahead. Alrighty. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Professor Wally from Gunbot University. How's life, Austin? Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and Let's Move On. Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, FUDWISER Mortified, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wish Nikki, The Letter M, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos Was Like, Mo Barazi, Joe Shaw Show, VB Nerd, 21, Miguel Grolet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila Dahan, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Storio, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moha Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavodi, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, minting coins, Miller Hitch Test every day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to crypto. Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness Monk 200 staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel who clicked the little join button below. Thank you to everyone who is a brand new Patreon member. Hello out there. Thank you to everyone who has liked, commented, subscribed to did, or is a clicker of affiliate links at the Memento. Bitcoin is currently at $42,808. It is down by 0.63%. It's like down, but not really down. It's like kind of almost the same exact way that it was a couple days ago. Is what I told you. I don't know if they're struggling per se, but to be fair, we are above the 38,000 where we were just about a good week ago. So I guess, silver lining and all that. Cardano is currently up by 12.75 percentile points. It is currently coin number 5. It is a little bit more of a push to actually become coin number 4. There we go. Or to actually become coin number 3. Everything else is down by about a good 3, 4, 5, 6% at the moment. Polygon is up by 3%. Uniswap is up by 1%. Litecoin is up by 4%. I'm not really sure, but thank you for hanging in there. OKB is up by 7.4%. Decentraland is up by 2.5%. Axie Infinity is up by 3.8%. Monero is up by 6.7%. Oh no, where's IOTA? Oh, poor IOTA. I was like really ready just to see IOTA in the top 50 again. I don't even own IOTA. I just want to see it there. Like it's trying so hard to remain relevant. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I hope you all had a great weekend. My weekend was okay. It wasn't too bad. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all have a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do sincerely hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or supporting in your own way. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.